Hello, my name is Sachin Golechha, and I'm a senior product manager with Sectigo responsible for the non-PKI product portfolios. I also have my colleague today here, Ross Hartnell, and today we plan to present a webinar on Sectigo's PCI Compliance product, HackerGuardian. Our product is a PCI DSS compliance product, and today's webinar is focused on talking about a new version of HackerGuardian 2.0. HackerGuardian as a PCI compliance product has been used by our different customers across the world over years. And we want to present details about what is new in HackerGuardian 2.0 with a demo at the end of this slide pack. So before going into the details of HackerGuardian, let me introduce and talk to you about Sectigo. As some of you must be aware that Komodo CA's business has been acquired by Francisco Business Partners in 2017, and the new organization has been branded as Sectigo. Sectigo is world's largest commercial certificate authority in the world. It is also one of the founding members of the CAF Forum. We have one of the industry's leading 24/7 support teams who is able to speak more than 20 languages in the world, truly making our customers feel local when we talk to them. Our sales and support team are also have a global presence across the key geographies in the world. We have an extensive partner network of more than 20,000 partners who are bringing our product and businesses till the door of our end customers. As an organization, Sectigo is also the parent company of some of the global brands such as HackerGuardian, CodeGuard, Instant SSL, Positive SSL, and Enterprise SSL. We are headquartered in Roseland, New Jersey, USA. If we slice Sectigo by numbers, it certainly gives a perspective of how big and how unique is this organization. We have issued more than 100 million certificates to different businesses worldwide, which is very critical for their authentication and security. We are being used by more than 700,000 businesses worldwide for the security of their businesses. We truly believe in creating IPs and intellectual property and our own exclusive solutions. We have more than 250 patents in part of our patent portfolio, and there are more than 12 patents which are pending in the security domain. We truly have experience in providing digital trust solutions. We have been in the market and industry for more than 20 years. More than 35% of the Fortune 1000 companies use our solutions, and we feel proud in securing their business. We are the number one market leader in commercial SSL certificate business. If you look at our product portfolio, it ranges from SSL certificates till website PCI scanning. We provide different solutions on the digital certificate space, right from providing SSL certificates for EV, DV, and OV, as well as certificate managers to manage public and private certificates. We also have code signing and email certificates to ensure that email is secured. Our CodeGuard provides website backup, malware removal, and website recovery solutions, which is critical to many millions of small and medium businesses. We have a key focus on IoT, and our IoT solutions enable IoT devices for authentications and security. So let's delve into PCI and how exactly HackerGuardian plays a role there. So PCI DSS stands for Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. So what exactly does it mean? So as we know that over the last 2 decades or more, the basic unit of transaction has converted slightly from cash to plastic money, and more people are migrating towards using credit card or debit card or even digital transactions. So that has also exposed a significant risk to big financial breach as well as security breach. That has led to the five big players in the payment card industry, namely Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, and JCB, to come together and form a consortium to define the standards, governance, and execution of payment card handling. This consortium is known as PCI Security Standard Council. Their core responsibility is actually to maintain, evolve, and promote PCI standards for the safety of cardholder data. So, as a business, how exactly does it affect you? If you accept payment cards at all, you have to comply with some or all of the elements of this PCI DSS standard. Even if you work with a payment card processor who uploads the entire transaction on their network, and even if your network doesn't touch, transit, or store the data, you still have to fill out some of the minimal self assessment questionnaire to ensure that you confirm and you comply to the requirements which is being laid out by the data security standard. The goal here is not to make it tougher for the businesses who are handling credit card data. In fact, it is to ensure that while complying to all of these standards and guidelines, you are keeping your business secure, you're also keeping your end customer secure, and that in turn brings high level of trust and branding to your own business. So what happens if you're not in compliance with PCI DSS? If you're not in compliance with PCI DSS, you are definitely putting your entire business at risk. And this risk doesn't mean that some of the fines which PCI Council puts on any businesses. For non-compliance, they can fine you anything between $5,000 to $500,000 per month. But this is not just a financial implication or a cost implication. Once your business has been identified as a business where there has been a lack of compliance or there has been a leniency in handling your customer payment card data, you are certainly putting a lot at risk in terms of your reputational damage, your financial risk, as well as legal implications. It could also happen that because of all of these implications, you might go out of business in 6 months. Based on the data we have for the last 10 to 20 years, whichever business has been caused or found being non compliant, they have ceased to exist as a business within 6 months to 1 year. So, this is definitely something as a small and medium business or any business who is handling or accepting or processing payment card data, they should have PCI compliance in place. And this is where HackerGuardian comes in play. So before I talk more about the product, let me also give more details about how exactly does it affect merchants, because there are different segments of merchant in the market, and every segment of merchant has a different level of compliance to do. PCI DSS team and the council has divided merchants in four different levels: level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. As you can see from the table here, the compliance difficulty ranges from low to very high. It doesn't mean that low being it is very easy to be compliant. What it means is relatively a level 4 has less number of steps to become compliant than a level 1 customer. So it is all within the relative frame. How exactly a level 4 merchant is identified? If you are a business which is doing less than 20,000 e-commerce transactions per year or less than 1 million other transactions per year, then you are a level 4 merchant. And what you need to do? You need to do an annual risk assessment using an SAQ, self-assessment questionnaire, and you need to perform a quarterly PCI scan on your payment IPs. So once in a quarter, you need to perform the PCI scanning, and that is where HackerGuardian provides with your fully automated solution to run the PCI scans on your payment IPs and provide you with a detailed reports for all the areas where it is compliant and non-compliant, and guides you enough how you can go around and fix all those non-compliance and become compliant. Once, so PCI DSS councils ensures that every quarter you are doing this scan and remaining compliant. So that is where a level 4 customer has to maintain to be minimal compliant. For level 3 and merchant, you are a level 3 merchant if you're handling anything between 20,000 to 1 million e-commerce transactions per year. You have to follow similar steps as level 4, but as you can see on a high level, you can see that level 2, level 3, and level 4 have a similar compliance requirement, but that is on the security level. But if you go further, Visa, Amex, MasterCard, JCB, or Discover have again defined more finer level of compliance for each of these customers. And that is where the levels do differ between each other. Level 2 is a merchant who is handling more than between 1 million to 6 million transactions per year. All of them have to perform quarterly PCI scan. Level 1 has one of the highest compliance level in terms of the compliance scrutiny they have to go through. They are the customers or merchant who handles more than 6 million transactions per year. They have to do an on-site annual internal audit every year on their payment network, and they also have to perform, just like other merchants, quarterly PCI scans. So as you can see, from level 1 to level 4, all of these merchants have to perform on a continuous basis quarterly PCI scans to remain PCI compliant. And this quarterly PCI scan is a set of PCI scan tests which are based on the standards run by a fully automated system of HackerGuardian on your payment IP, giving you detailed report on our portal to help you identify where are the shortcomings and how you can fill and where is the compliance. And once your payment network is compliant, we deliver to you a fully detailed report which is further approved by us as a approved scanning vendor, which you can take it further to your merchant bank to showcase that as a merchant you are PCI compliant and you have a peace of mind. So coming back to HackerGuardian 2.0, so far HackerGuardian as a product has been providing all the automated PCI scanning facilities to these different customers. We are now planning to launch a newer version of HackerGuardian in August 2019. So what exactly is new in 2.0 compared to earlier versions? We are now providing unlimited scanning for your PCI scanning. So earlier we used to have limitations in number of scans you can perform per quarter. Now you can perform unlimited scanning on your payment IP using the HackerGuardian 2.0. We are also providing a customized scanning bandwidth. Some of our merchants also host their website or their other system on the same payment IP, which basically loads their system if they are performing scanning as well as doing other activities. We are now providing a mechanism to our merchants that they can define whether they want to enable low bandwidth, medium bandwidth, or high bandwidth for the PCI scanning, and accordingly, it will be done as a fast PCI scan or a medium speed PCI scanning, thereby providing a balance between their other functionalities which are enabled on their IPs and PCI scanning. So certainly the user experiences will be different. We have ensured to increase the infrastructure around our PCI scanning system. By providing higher number of concurrent scans, we are ensuring that not only our customers get a much faster experience of PCI scanning, it also allows us to run these PCI scan into a higher number of customers' IP at the same time. So we can now take more capacity and much faster scan for our customers. While providing such a higher degree of customer experiences, we have also been ensuring in the past as well as going forward, that the accuracy of our PCI scan remains to one of the highest level within the industry. Apart from PCI scanning, we are also providing an improved web application scanning on your IPs to ensure that we cover as much vulnerabilities around your payment IPs. We have now dedicated PCI scanning service which is focused on scanning your IPs. We have also ensured that there are less number of false positives built around your system, and even if there are false positives being found, we have a mechanism and a portal where you can report those false positives and we can work on it to remove them. Apart from providing all the technicalities of scanning and different security around it, we are also going to provide all our customers now with new trust seals which are going to be a branding mechanism, a mechanism to build trust on your websites, on your payment systems, so that which is powered by Sectigo, which you can put on your website, and that enhances and brings more confidence in your customers when they are sharing their payment data. This trust seals are going to be part of as a part of hacker-proof logo in 2.0, and we would be releasing PCI compliant logos for all our different customers in the release 2.1, which is going to be ready in very soon after 2.0. So now while we're talking about HackerGuardian 2.0, we need to also bring this knowledge to our customer. How complex is the migration? So I would like to alleviate all the fears that the migration is going to be easy and smooth. All our existing paid customers with whatever package they have, they would continue to remain as is and migrated to 2.0, leveraging all the new features which I have just mentioned in the last slide. And their subscription will remain and continue till the end of their contract. All those details about how their account would be migrated, how their account has been migrated from the current system to the new system, will all be provided over email in the next few weeks. So all of you would be receiving emails from Sectigo support in terms of how their account has been migrated. We have tried to ensure to automate as much as the migration so that the customers only have to go through the change in credentials, whereas everything else remains in the backend. We also want to tell our customers that while we are doing a migration, we would be keeping all their old reports, all their old data into our system for them to access for the next 6 months. So all your data remains as is, all your old data and legacy data, whatever you have been using or accessing, will stay in our system for the next 6 months while you transition to the new interface. For our customers who have been using our trial accounts, I have another good news for them. Their trial accounts would also be migrated to HackerGuardian 2.0, and they will now have access to 45-day trial accounts going forward. But that also means even if you have used the entire portion of your last trial account, we would start again from zero. So you still have the leverage to use pretty much 45 days of trial account once you're migrated to 2.0. So irrespective of what kind of trial account you had, we'll start right from zero counter for the next 45 days once we have migrated to you. And this is again an exposure. This is again a platform for all our trial customers to see new HackerGuardian 2.0, look at all the functionalities, look at the UI, look at the portal, and then definitely, be inclined towards or have motivation to take one of our paid subscription package. As part of the 2.0 migration, whatever free PCI scan report which we would be sharing or which we were sharing earlier with our trial customers, going forward, that PCI scan report for our trial customers will not be admissible anymore for SAQ validation. The PCI scan report going forward will only be admissible for SAQ validation for our paid customers. So how exactly does this pricing and packaging helps in HackerGuardian 2.0? So we have created 3 different packages just like in the past: standard, enterprise, and hacker-proof. If you are a small business which has less than 10 IPs to manage and you redirect your third-party payment processors and you have IP connected terminals, standard package is something which you should use. We have got 1 year, 2 year, and 3 year subscription. This package can scan up to 5 IP addresses, and you can also buy our additional IP address packs if you have more than 5 IPs to take care of. This product will also provide you with a PCI compliant trust logo in release 2.1 going forward. If you are a medium or large business which has more than 10 IPs to manage, you process your own credit card transactions, and you have IP connected terminals, and you have also many websites which has third-party payment processors, we strongly recommend you to buy our enterprise package. Again, the subscription comes in 1 year, 2 year, and 3 year subscription, and can scan up to 20 IP addresses with a feature of buying more IP address packages, which comes at a very heavily discounted rate for you to extend it beyond 20 IP addresses. We will provide you with a PCI compliant trust logo, which you can market it and put it as a trust logo on your website to bring strong branding and trust with your customers. However, if you are an enterprise who are really concerned about vulnerability and security, we would emphasize you to go for our hacker-proof package because it not only provides you with a PCI scanning, it also does a daily vulnerability scan to ensure that on a day-by-day basis you are secured. It also provides you with a hacker-proof trust mark as well as a PCI compliant trust mark, and it can scan up to 20 IP addresses. As you can see, our pricing has got for 1 year, 2 year, and 3 year, but as you go and buy multi-year subscription, there's a significant discount for multi-year subscription. This pricing has not been changed from the pricing which we were offering. In fact, what we have done for 1 year subscription, the pricing has been same as our old HackerGuardian, and now for multi-year subscription, we are now providing discounts on our multi-year subscriptions too. So as a customer, if you are planning to buy multi-year subscription, that is going to be providing much more value add to your business. And along with all of this, you are getting unlimited scanning per IP, much more higher security and trust logo. So from a pricing perspective, HackerGuardian could not have been more attractive than ever. If I talk about all of these packages, standard, enterprise, and hacker-proof, you can see that each of these packages have different flavors in terms of maximum IP it can scan. Standard has 5, whereas enterprise and hacker-proof can scan up to 20 IPs. Now you can do unlimited scan per quarter per IP. We also provide you an ASV approved scan report as part of each of this package so that you can take it to your acquiring banks. The daily website vulnerability scan is part of our hacker-proof package only, which I strongly recommend to all of the customers. If you're a small or medium business, go for this package. Even if you're paying a little bit upfront, you are securing your entire business to a larger extent. We would be providing in release 2.1 a smart SAQ wizard, which will be an intuitive wizard, let you go through all the SAQ questions and let you fill it up automatically. That way you do not have to take the pain of filling it up on your own. And this will not be part of the current release 2.0, but definitely in the lines, in the pipe for 2.1. Similarly, trust logos we are building to provide to our customers to build more trust and branding for their own business. The PCI compliant logos will be available in 2.1, whereas hacker proof is already available as part of 2.0. Pricing, I have already mentioned. We are providing discounts on multi-year subscriptions, as you can see from the numbers here. Apart from this, we are providing additional IP packs in the range of 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, up to 1,000 IPs for 1 year or 2 year or 3 years to add to any of the above packages. So once you buy the base package, you can buy additional IP package to scan your entire network if you have more than the number of IPs than the base package. And again, these IP packs are heavily discounted in terms of the pricing, what is being offered in the competitor and market compared to what HackerGuardian is offering. So while we do all of this, providing you an amazing experience, a much rich product, a much higher security standard, we are ensuring that we are reachable in terms of support. You can write tickets, which our support team would be able to address. We are always available 24/7 on a call for any of the HackerGuardian issues you have. Our website is always available with a live chat experience, so you can go online and talk to any of our support executives for any of the problem or any of the questions you may have for HackerGuardian 2.0. With this, I'll let my colleague Ross take over and explain to you about HackerGuardian 2.0 with a product demo. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Sachin. So shortly after your existing account is migrated to the new portal, or if you purchase a new license, you should receive an account activation email as shown here. The link provided in the email will activate your account and give you access to the new portal. After logging into the portal, the home page is displayed. Let's quickly look at the options on the left side of the interface. Network. This section allows you to start and schedule scans, view the scan results, and report false positives. Compliance. This section is used to request your attestation of scan compliance and download the reviewed compliance reports. Questionnaires. This section is used for self-assessment questionnaires. Account. This section allows company details to be updated, IP addresses and users to be managed. The contact support page allows you to send an email to the Sectigo support team. And resources provides useful links to PCI related information. Let's return to the main panel of the home page, which shows an overview of your compliance status. The number of IP addresses set up, the percentage of IP addresses which are compliant, and the number of high, medium, and low vulnerabilities detected across your IP addresses. Last submitted is the date your last attestation of scan compliance was completed, and next due is the date your next reports need to be generated by. From this page you can start scanning or set up new IP addresses. If your account has been migrated from the previous portal, the IP addresses should already be available to scan. Let's start by checking the IP addresses and domains set up are correct by clicking the Asset Wizard. You can also modify IP addresses by clicking Accounts and IP Assets. This shows your existing IP addresses, and you can add additional IP addresses by clicking on Add New IPs. Let's add an IP address. You can also add a range of IP addresses using a hyphen between the low and high IP addresses in the range. Here you can see the domains currently set up. You can also add new domains. A lookup of all relevant IP addresses related to the domain will be performed, and you can select those in scope. The domain name will be listed against relevant items in the scan report, where the vulnerability is detected on the domain. As part of the PCI DSS requirements, you should confirm if load balancing is in use and confirm if the servers are synchronized in terms of their configuration. Now we can scan the IP address that was added. We can either click Start Scan on the home page or go to Network and New Scan. Enter a title to identify the scan. The bandwidth can also be selected. Select low bandwidth to limit the impact on your service or high bandwidth to increase the scanning speed. You can either scan all IP addresses or select a single IP address or multiple IP addresses to scan. You can either launch a scan now or schedule a scan to begin later. When scheduling a scan, you may also set it to occur on a recurring basis. Schedule scan setup here can be modified or deleted by clicking on Network and Schedule Scan. Once scans are complete, you should receive an email notification. You can also view the reports by clicking on Network and Scan Results. A full technical report can be downloaded by clicking on the download icon. To view a list of vulnerabilities and report false positives, click on Network and Vulnerabilities. This displays a list of all vulnerabilities across your scanned IP addresses. You can filter this to show a single IP address, particular IP address, or severity level, such as medium, high, or low. To mark a false positive, simply tick the item in the table and click Review False Positive. Multiple false positives can be selected at the same time. Information must be provided to demonstrate the vulnerability is not present or compensating controls exist. After the submission is made, it will be reviewed by our support team and once accepted, no longer affect compliance status. The feedback for your submission will be provided via email. The status of your false positives can be reviewed on the false positive history page found under Network and False Positive History. This will show whether the false positive is awaiting review or has been accepted or rejected. Once you are happy with the compliance status of your infrastructure, you can complete the attestation and request a review of your reports. To do this, click on Compliance and Compliance Status. Simply click on the Generate Report Back button to request your reports. Confirm all special notes which list potentially vulnerable services are securely implemented to continue. You may provide comments for non-compliant IP addresses. This is optional. You should complete your name and title, and you may submit IP addresses which are out of scope to be listed in section 4C of the executive summary. You may request review now or save the report to be submitted later. Clicking on Submitted Reports shows the report status and whether it has been reviewed yet. Once reviewed, it can be downloaded from this page. The technical report contains the attestation of scan compliance, executive summary, and full summary details. The executive report contains the attestation of scan compliance and executive summary. These can be submitted to your acquirer as part of the PCI compliance process. And this concludes the demo for today.